We want to talk about cover crops now with our Extension Soil and Water Conservation Specialist, Jason Warren. And Jason, just give us an idea of how your demonstration plots are set up here at Lahoma.
Well, here, this is a demonstration field where we've planted 17 different species of crops that are marketed as cover crops. So we've got everything from radishes to cowpeas to sun hemp, sorghum Sudan, millets, a variety of different things. And what we wanted to see is all of them planted together and see what kind of crop response we would get. Because the idea of using cover crops is that you're going to improve your soil health, so your soil structure, nutrient cycling, microbial activity, that then would benefit the cash crop, being wheat in this case.
And obviously, like a lot of the other crops that we've been talking about, it's clear to see there have been some challenges this year.
Yeah, because with all those benefits come from the green growing crop. So the idea is the more months in the year that you can have a green growing crop in the field, the better the soil health is going to be. The challenge with that is that green growing crops also use moisture. And in our replicated studies, what we find is anywhere from an inch to 2.5 inch deficit on cover crop treatments versus your standard wheat fallow rotation. And a lot of that soil water loss is from the subsoil from below 2 feet, because in fact, depending on what your residue condition is, after you kill the cover crop, you can get a recharge to fill that back up. But the drought hadn't allowed us to get that done, and so we see very much drought-stressed wheat in these cover crop lots.
And you've also pulled some soil core today to talk about during your demonstrations. Talk a little bit about what you've found and what your analysis is.
Well, what you'd see, these cores back here, and of course they've dried out in the sun a little bit, but you've got some roots here at about 18 to 2 inches, and you can look around, and at about 2 feet you can start to find some roots, and again they're starting to desiccate to some extent because of being in the sun. But then up here you really don't find, these are cover crop plots, and you just don't see, you see a few dead roots from the cover crops but nothing really going on. And so what's happened is where we cover cropped it, everything is dry, so that's at 3 feet, it's dry. And over here at 3 feet where we didn't have a cover crop, we still have a little moisture where we can crumble that up. So that's the challenge, is the subsoil moisture is gone. The benefit can actually be seen in these cores as well, because the surface of where we have the cover crop is granular and nice and soft and breaks apart real readily at the surface. And that's the benefit of the cover crop. In contrast, we get these big clods and platy structure where we cultivated that ground. It's a little soft, but then it becomes really hard and very dense directly below the surface. And so we are seeing the benefits, but we're not realizing them because of the depleted soil profile moisture.
So Jason, bottom line, what would you recommend doing differently in this type of environment?
Well, what we found, we let these crops grow. We had beautiful growing conditions because we had nice rain in July, and we let them go ahead and grow until mid-August for, actually until mid-September, for 30 days prior to October planting date for the wheat. What I'd do differently is I would let them grow to the size I think they want to, or I want them to be, and kill them regardless of where I am in the summertime. Let them grow up, get your cover, get the amount of nitrogen that you think you're going to want to get out of them, and kill them quick. And so every day you'll have more days of potential recharge, because what happened last year is July, we had good rains, and August and September was dry, and so we never got the recharge when we could have killed them in mid-July and got some of those recharging rains to take care of the profile for us.
Okay, so some good advice, lots of things to think about.
Yep.
Jason Warren, thank you very much.